Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Celine Manishesika. I'm going to introduce my team to you. We are all second-year students from Selkirk College in Nelson, and I'm originally from Cameroon.
So my name is James Logan. I'm from St. John, New Brunswick. I worked at the Delta Whistler Village Suites this summer. I also, back in New Brunswick, worked at the Tourism Information Center and a private golf course.
I'm Matt Crawford. I'm from Toronto, Ontario. This summer I was working as a bellman at the Delta Whistler as well with Jamie. Also in my experience in the hospitality industry, I was working at a golf course.
I'm from Taiwan. My name is Lin, and I work at the Delta Okanagan this summer with Celine. And today we are going to talk about the problem and the joy. I think joy is a good organization. We all can tell that. Last night we were in a restaurant. We can feel the atmosphere is so happy. People are happy to work there, and they also have good food there. And I think the point that they can success because they always think ahead than other organizations. So we are going to talk about over the next 3 years. They will think about the shortage at the back house. Sorry, this is different. Sorry, and because people always like to work at the front house, they can easily get tips, but at the back house they don't get this benefit that much. So that's why we have to talk about how to recruit people to work at the back house. And for the value of joy, they talk about our people, our culture, and our successful. They really care about the people. So what kind of people is good for joy? We should hire right people before we think about how to recruit people. So understand that, and then we can go to the next one. First, they want to have people with a passion. Passion is very important in this industry. And it's a fast work environment. So people should be fit in this environment. And now we are going to find the right team member for their organization. We came out 3 plans to attract people. The first one is remuneration. It's about a fair fee and a fair payment for their employment. And another one is individualized training, how to train their people in their company. And another one is recruitment strategies. It's about how to hire people from foreigner.
Okay, so first we're going to talk about the remuneration strategy. So we all know that in the food and beverage industry, it's not hard to find people to recruit for the front of house. They come in, they work a little bit less hours in the back. Sometimes it could be argued that they work less but get paid more in the long run. So we got to combat that. We got to increase the hourly wages, and to do that, we looked at the gap in the gap here. So we have the average cook salary, which is $2,400 a month, and then we looked at the average salary of all jobs in Canada, which is $595. So we can see the gap there, which leads people to go outside of the hospitality industry. We've got to bring them back in. So to do that, it might not be in the best interest of the front of house, but then to get more people to want to work in the back of house, which is where our shortage is, where the cooks are, where we need them, we have to even it out a little bit. So for that, we can increase the tip out, which, like I said, it might not be the most likable strategy for the people in the front of house, but then it comes down to the type of people that you're hiring. The type of people that I'm talking about are, if it becomes more even in the tip out and the pay, then it comes down to who wants to work with people, who wants to come and greet people at the door or serve people at the restaurant, or who would rather just be in the back working with their team and trying to and work in that fast-paced environment. So an example we used, if you were to increase the hourly wage of a back house worker by $3, you take that and you multiply it by 160 hours a month, which is a 40-hour work schedule a week, and then multiply it by a year. You get a $5,760 number. So the cost of a turnover for each employee is $4,000 to $5,000. So you can see here that it's a little bit more expensive, but that's not even taking into account the time you're saving and taking those employees and pushing them farther in the company and retaining that employee and just showing them the company itself.
Okay, so our next point was individualized training. So like we've all heard in the last day or two, Joey isn't necessarily about food, it's about people. So, and I'm just going to say it, and I hope I don't offend anyone here, but working for chefs is not the easiest thing in the world. And there's really no excuse for it. I don't see why chefs cannot be good managers. And so we came up with a few different ways to do that. And we were looking at the Go-To website, and there's just obviously tons of culinary management programs surfacing all across Canada and the world, as well as the eMerit program, which is a series of online workshops basically for people all across the tourism industry. And one thing I stumbled across was Earl's apprenticeship program, and Earl's is a restaurant a lot like Joey. So what they do is they have like entry-level cooks who join this apprenticeship program, and basically Earl's will pay for them to be working in the restaurant as well as getting their Red Seal, so their cook level 3 at the same time. So this is a way that a restaurant can get good people into the lower level positions as well as moving them up into the higher level positions. So I just thought we'd put this on here, the turnover rates. So this was at Earl's from after they did this apprenticeship program. So they had a 40% decrease in turnover since 2012, and their turnover rate is 55% below the industry turnover rate. So they must be doing something right.
Okay. What is going to happen? On this table we have the opening jobs we are going to have in the following years. We are talking about 40,700 jobs opening we are going to have. Then we are talking about the whole tourism industry. But for the food and beverage only, we have In the whole tourism industry, we are having 108,000 jobs opening. In the food and beverage industry, we have 40,700 jobs opening, only on the food and beverage one. And we are not going to be able to fill 7,700 positions. So how are we going to fill those positions? I think I was going through this book, and I highly recommend you to my fellow students to read this book, How to Hire the Best Employer. And in this book, this guy said you should not advertise to the world. No, you should fish where the fish are. Meaning you have to go to where the students are. You go to the colleges, you go to the universities, you team up with the administration in the schools and look for ways to get the attention, not only to get the attention of the student, but also to make them to have them to make the move. So what I was trying to say was, since 2 years, we started our studies last year, and last year we had this face-to-face encounter with some of the hotel managers and directors of operation. They came and talked to us and have this face-to-face encounter with us. They looked at us in our eyes and said, okay, we want you and you need us, and this is why. We are the best, and if you come and work with us, this is what you are going to have, this and that. So it is good to continue advertising in the internet, for example, but we believe that one of the best things to do is to have this face-to-face encounter with students, to convince them with well-crafted messages seductive messages and say, you come, and then this is what we are going to do with you. So you partner with schools, and you also offer them scholarships. You go to the culinary programs, you offer scholarships to students in the culinary program so that they do their training, and once they are done, you give them jobs. They come and work with you, and once they are working with you, you set up this apprenticeship program, and then they can, when they are working, they can be working, but also studying at the same time to improve their skills. Okay, and then the next person who speaks is.
So once you have gotten all your employees, you found them all, and they're all with you, one of the most important parts is retaining them. Because the cost of turnover is huge, and you don't want to do that. So first thing we're looking at for retaining employees was stay interviews. If you find an employee who's been with the company for a long time, really lives by the company, breathes it, look, they have the same core values. And you ask them a few questions. Why are you with us? Why did you come with us initially? And what would make you leave? So from there you know what you're doing right. Look at that when you're going to hire more new employees. You got to look at flex time, because these type of people that have inline values with this company, they want to live, they want to be out there and doing their own thing. They need flexible time to be able to do that. Also, once you get these cooks in here, they've been in the company for a long time, and they're moving up. Give them the opportunity to develop menu items, so they don't get bored of their jobs and they don't leave and go to somewhere new. Give them that option. Introduce culinary competitions, like you see on TV all these days. The chefs are like rock star status, so it's attractive to young people. Basically, if you can make them look like that, then they're going to want to come and work for this good-looking company, right? And also, we're looking at the Joey Employee Investment Trust, which is the owner's club. So once you get up there, you can invest in the company and get a return on that yourself.
Thank you.